Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today I want to discuss with all of you something about the universe. You all know that the Quran lays a lot of emphasis on reflection on the universe, and it repeatedly urges the reader to ponder about, to think over, and to observe the natural phenomena all around us. So, for example, there is a verse in the Quran in chapter 3, and it states, "There are signs in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of night and day for people of understanding." Now, one of the reasons why the Quran lays so much emphasis on such reflection on the universe and on nature and the world around us is because this helps us in appreciating the glory of God at a far more deeper level. So, for example, there is one kind of a person who just knows that he exists and that he exists in a universe. But it is also more important to know how this universe in which we live functions. Because when we understand, when we try to find out how this universe in which we all live functions, then it gives us an understanding of the complex forces which are governing the cosmos, governing the universe, and hold everything in place. And once we know about that, we come to know also about our Creator. We come to know how intelligently the Creator created the universe. So, the specific verse from the Quran which I want to discuss with all of you today is from Surah Al-Ankabut, chapter 29 of the Quran. And in this chapter, the Quran says very clearly, it tells the reader, roam about the earth or travel through the earth in order to see how God Almighty originated creation. Now, what made me question about this verse is how is it that roaming about the earth, or how is it that traveling through the earth can help me to understand something about the creation of the earth and the creation of the universe. And when I questioned, or when I thought about this particular question, I came to understand a very important phenomena that the Quran is hinting at. And I want to discuss this phenomena with all of you today. It is about very interesting celestial objects which are called meteors or meteorites. So let's understand what these meteorites and meteors are. Now, you all can understand or think of it this way, that the space all around us is filled with tiny objects, and these objects range in size from dust grains to small boulders and small stones. And many a times these objects, which you can call space rocks, many a times these space rocks enter the surface of the earth. They enter the earth's atmosphere. And because they are traveling at such high speed, what happens is that they get burned up at the earth's atmosphere, and they give the appearance of a fireball. So we all famously call this fireball as shooting star. And I'm sure all of you must have seen these shooting stars up in the sky many times during your life. Now, what happens is that when one of these shooting stars does not get burned up, it enters the Earth's atmosphere and hits the ground, it hits the earth. it falls on the ground, and then this meteor is called meteorite. So I have few images which will help you explain. This is an image of meteor showers entering the Earth's atmosphere, and they appear as shooting stars. And here is an image of a meteorite or a space rock which has actually fallen on the surface of the Earth. Now, there's something very special about these celestial objects, very special about these meteorites which fall on the Earth from outer space. And what is special is that they contain a lot of information. They contain a lot of knowledge about the space from where they are coming. So, for example, let us consider that this tiny piece of rock that I have in my hand, this tiny piece of stone, is a space rock. It is a rock which has fallen from outer space. Now, what we can assume is that obviously this is a rock which I have picked up from my garden nearby. It is not really a space rock. Only for the purpose of illustration, I am holding this in my hand to show you that many such space rocks have actually been found on the surface of the Earth. Now, they tell us a lot about our universe. First of all, when a scientist looks at a space rock or a piece of stone which has fallen from outer space, he can determine the age of this rock. So, for example, let us assume that the rock which is there in my hand has fallen from outer space and it is 4 billion years old. Now, if this rock in my hand is 4 billion years old, then it means that it is as old as the solar system. Its age is almost as old as the age of the solar system, which bears our planet Earth. And apart from that, there is more information that these rocks contain. By looking at these rocks and examining them very closely, scientists can also determine the chemical elements that are contained in these rocks, the metals and minerals which are part or constituents of these rocks. And more importantly, when the scientists analyzes these specimens fallen from outside space, they can understand the physical processes which helped in the formation of these rocks. For example, it could be under high pressure, it could be in high temperatures, it could be due to collision of massive objects in space. So these rocks tell us a lot about the environment in which they actually existed billions and millions of years ago. So we don't know anything about the solar system, about the universe millions and billions years ago, because we were not alive then. But by examining, analyzing and closely looking at these objects from space, we can gain a lot of information about the cosmos that we live in. And it is said that many scientists spend their entire lifetime trying to unearth the data that they can gain from just one piece of stone. And so we see that the history of our universe is imprinted on these stones, and they provide us a glimpse into the very universe that we live in. And this is why this is of special interest to experts, because it gives them enormous insights, enormous clues into the universe and the solar system millions and billions of years ago, when we were not alive, when our planet Earth did not exist. So many scientists travel to faraway places such as Antarctica, even the remote areas in Russia, to locate such very special pieces of rocks which can help them provide insights about the origin and the evolution of our solar system and the universe. So we see that these rocks are strewn all over the earth. Many such have been found on the Arabian Peninsula, Arabian deserts, many have been found on the Antarctic plains, many have been found in US and Australia. So the more we travel the earth, the more we humankind have found clues about our universe, about how our universe came into existence. This is why the verse that I referred to tells all of us, it tells the reader that you have to roam about the earth to see how God originated creation. And in an extended sense, it means that we have to gain knowledge about everything around us. The more we gain knowledge, the more we understand how God Almighty has built the universe in which we exist at the moment. And when we understand and gain information about the complex and intricate processes that have brought our world into existence, it fills us with awe, it fills us with marvel at God's majesty and God's intelligence. So we have to keep our eyes open. This is what we have to basically do. So, for example, it is often said by scientists that there is not just space rocks strewn all over the earth, there is something far more common which is coming from space onto the earth, and that is space dust. This space dust actually exists or can be found on the streets outside your home. It can be found on the rooftops on your homes, and it might also be present right now at this moment on your clothes. So the more you gain knowledge about these signs strewn all around you, these natural phenomena, these wonders of the universe, you will come to know more and more about God's majesty, how God has brought everything gradually into existence, the great intelligence and wisdom that He has used to bring everything into correct form and proportion. So we have to basically understand that our belief in God is not just a blind faith. It should not be something which we should accept without thought, without any kind of reflection and any kind of contemplation. Rather, we should try to think, study, observe, and deepen our knowledge, because only if we deepen our knowledge about ourselves and the world around us, we will be able to truly appreciate God's glory. We will be able to truly surrender ourselves to God, and we'll be able to truly believe in God. Our faith in God Almighty will not be blind faith. It will be a faith which will originate from intellectual and rational conviction. So this is the thought which I wanted to share with all of you, and I would like all of you to also share with me many of the knowledge that you learn, many information that you gain about the universe, about the world, something that helps you in increasing your faith, something that helps you in glorifying God in ways in which you had not glorified Him before, something that has unraveled before you an attribute of God which you had not known before. So do share in the comment section. Thank you.